Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're trying some new stuff that I've required over the past couple of months, but I haven't shown on YouTube yet and I even haven't used yet. So first of all I have this Sculpt Bronze and Blush from Pupa. Pupa? It's an Italian brand. Then I have some brand new stuff, which is the Dior Nude Luminizer in shade 02, which is a beautiful pink highlighter. And I have the brand new Rouge Allure Laque from Chanel, which I have in this pretty pinkish shade. This is the only thing that's actually a little bit new to the market. The rest is just new to me. But let's get started. I'm going to start with my complexion, and I'm using the new reformulated Huda foundation. I haven't used it that much yet. But to give this foundation a proper chance, because it is a little bit drying for me, I'm using the Blanc primer from Chanel, which has a nice luminous finish. And it feels a little bit moisturizing. Then I'm going in with the Huda foundation. I'm going to start with one pump and see if this is maybe enough for my entire face. Because in my review and when I did the wear test, this was definitely a little bit cakey. I remember thinking that with the proper primer and not using too much, this would probably be alright. I think maybe this primer still wasn't moisturizing enough. I'm still having to put in quite a bit of effort to blend out this foundation. So that's the foundation now. I actually think it looks a little bit worse. But I am having a pretty dry skin day, so that's maybe the reason. I'm still not convinced about this foundation. I mean, it looks kind of cool how it looks kind of masking. So that's nice, but it also makes me look a little bit sickly. Oh well. Then I only tried very recently the new McGrath concealer. So we're going to use that for the second time. And I've learned my lesson. I now know you only need a little bit of this. So I'm just going to dab here and here and here and here. I'm going to see if this is maybe already enough. Yes, the coverage of this concealer is definitely high enough that you don't need that much. So just these little bits are enough to even do the top of the eyes. And it still looks pretty flawless because the coverage is so high. Yes, this concealer I'm definitely not in doubt about. This is just amazing. Alright, now for powder, I think I'm going to make it a little bit easy on myself and just use the Maybelline Fit and use it all over my face. I really like this concealer with my brightening under eye powder, which I usually use. But let's change it up a little bit. I do really like this powder. This is also a relatively new discovery. I'm trying to use my newer products, or at least the ones that I've only tried a couple of times. So now let's go into this Pupa Sculpt Bronze and Blush palette. I have it in the shade Light. I think I'm going to go in with the bronzer. This does have a nice big mirror. This actually smells a little bit like the Essence bronzer that I tried recently, which had a cocoa smell, or it was supposed to at least. This one has a very similar smell. And it is a little bit warm on me and maybe even a little bit dark. But it's okay. As you can see by my lighting, it's already quite late and I want to get to using the new products. I mean the brand new products. So the Dior highlighter, I only bought that one yesterday. Now I'm going into the Sculpt shade to chisel out my cheeks and chin. Oh god, this is very dark. I'm just going in with my powder brush to soften these edges a little bit. I think this Pupa palette is actually a little bit too dark for me. You can definitely see the contrast. The products are nice, but yeah, maybe more of a summer palette for me. There's also a blush, so that's what I'm going to use next. I'm just going to finish up the face first, I think. This blush, as you can see, is sort of, oh, what is it? Sort of light fuchsia. It has a tiny bit of a peach undertone. I like it. I like this color a lot. Yes, this blush is very nice. I think this is a beautiful palette if you're just a little bit lighter than I am. I'm still going to use it, definitely, but maybe next time I'm going to use a little bit of a looser back brush for the bronzer. Alright, now we're coming to the good stuff. I have this luminizer from Dior, which comes in a little patch. What do you call this? A little satchel, I think. This is what it looks like. And like I said, I have the shade 02, and this is a bit of a pink. So you can see already in the pan that it's very reflective. So let's see how it works out with these bright lights. I'm going to use my Anastasia highlighting brush because it is a little bit looser. This also has a mirror. Oh, this is beautiful. It's much more sophisticated than the Dior Backstage palette. I found those to be very glittery. And I really like the colors, but this is giving me some nice, smooth glow. I'm just going to apply it everywhere I would usually highlight first. And then maybe we can build it up a little bit, since it is evening. Oh, I can already tell this is going to be a new favorite of mine. So I'm going to highlight the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose. I'm always leaving a little bit of darkness in between to highlight the roundness of my nose. A little bit on the cupid's bow. And then a little bit on the chin with whatever is left. Now I think I'm going into my denser highlighting brush. I have one from Essence. This is designed to pick up a lot of product. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh yeah, that definitely made it more intense. Anastasia brush. Essence brush. I don't think this is a highlighter you can go overboard with very easily. I've applied quite a lot and I still think it looks very nice. Doesn't really emphasize any texture either. And I really like the color. They had a bluish one of this and I really was interested in trying that one. But I needed a more neutral colored highlighter, so this is the one I got. Put it back in the little pouch. Definitely a new favorite. Alright, I'm going to do a quick eye look. I think I'm going to use the Huda Nude palette, the rich version. And I'm just going to speed through this, but I will zoom you in a little bit. That's all I'm going to do with the eyeshadows. I'm going to quickly finish up the eyes and the eyebrows and then we'll do the lipstick together. So the eyes and eyebrows are all done. I used my Charlotte Tilbury double-ended copper charge eyeliner from the limited edition in March. And I used the matte side. I used my Yves Saint Laurent burgundy mascara. And I used some L'Oreal Paris eyebrow gel, which I'm honestly just trying to finish up because it's not my color. So now let's go into the perhaps even more exciting thing of this video. This new Chanel Rouge Allure Laque. It has the beautiful gold top. And oh, by the way, this is color 65. Imperturbable. I don't know what that means. Oh. This feels very nice. So this is supposed to be a long wear gloss. So somewhere in between the Ultra Tenue liquid lipsticks and lip glosses. I've already heard that it doesn't last even nearly as long. But they are comfortable. I'm going to add just a little bit more. I really like this color I picked out. It's sort of a rosy, peachy red. It was supposed to be a little bit more nude. That's the way it looked on my hand, but it looks quite red. But it is a very pretty red and I don't already own something like this, so I'm not mad at it. So I can feel it hasn't started to dry down yet. But it definitely feels more like a lipstick than a lip gloss. But it does look quite glossy. See, it does transfer still. And I don't think it's going to set down. But it feels nice and it looks nice. And I love the packaging, so no complaints here. To finish up the face, I think I'm going to use my Parure Gold Mist from Guerlain. Which just smells amazing. I always love using this. I have no idea if it actually lengthens the wear time of your foundation and everything, but I love the way it smells. So that's the finished look. So the newest items I used here were the Dior and the Chanel, and I'm very happy with both of those. Then I also used this Sculpt Bronze and Blush palette that I hadn't used before, but which I owned for a little while. So I'm not even sure if this is still available. I think this is very good. You just have to be careful when choosing the shade. The Huda foundation, I don't know, it looks alright. It definitely looks okay on camera, but in real life it does look still a little bit thick. So maybe an even richer primer, a better brush, maybe those things will help. I'm still not 100% convinced about this one. And I just realized I also had a new powder that I forgot to use. So, yeah! I'll use this in the next first impressions video. So I think I still love the Pat McGrath concealer, still love the Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette, no complaints there. So I would definitely say this was a very successful first impressions. I hope you consider subscribing to my channel if you like this kind of video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye!